Hola amigos and amigas, it's Kahlen Barry. Welcome to my channel. If you're, y'all saw that? See, I hate that light. It's so fucking annoying. I need to return that shit on Amazon and get a new one because it really be playing games with me. But anyway, as you can see by the title, today I am back with another video, another astrology / zodiac video. Things have been a little bit crazy this week, as you guys know. I mean, you know, school's been canceled. All the stores are being shut down. All the concerts are getting postponed. Like, things are wild. Because this pandemic isn't a joke. And apparently I'm not allowed to say what it's called because I'll get demonetized on YouTube, which is stupid, but whatever. Don't even get me started on that, okay? But with all the craziness going on, I really did want to just make a video to lift your guys' spirits, something that we can laugh at, make fun of ourselves during this crisis. And so for today's video, I'm doing the zodiac signs during a quarantine. But really fast, before I get into dragging out a field, I did want to take this time to also encourage you to do something that could make a difference in the lives of all of us in this country. You can actually call your senator. I will leave a link in the description so that you can find all the contact information based on all the states depending where you're located. Basically, what you're going to want to tell them is that nobody should have to pay for healthcare during this crisis, and that every single household receives a $2,000 a month payment to help them during this time, because people are losing their jobs, you know, people need to support themselves, you know, people are trying to stack up, like all types of stuff, just to make it easier for everyone during this situation. I'll actually leave also in the description what exactly to say to them. So once again, all you have to do is call your senator, leave them a message with the script that I will leave in the description for you, okay? If even half of you guys watching this video did that, it could help so much. It literally takes like 3 minutes. So pause the video real quick, make that call. All right, now that you've made that call, let's jump right on into the zodiac signs during a quarantine. So as always, we're gonna start off with Aries. So you guys already know Aries are feisty, but especially during this time, it's going to bring out just an entire different side of them that you might not wanna see, okay? When it comes to survival, when it comes to people being selfish, when it comes to people literally taking way more toilet paper than they need to take, Aries ain't fucking playing. They go to the grocery store and they see that there's no toilet paper, somebody's gonna have to hear from them. They're gonna be like, really? So I ain't got no toilet paper to wipe my ass. That's what you're trying to tell me? That's what you're trying to tell me? But despite being very heated, they also are trying their best to have as much fun as they can during this time. They're not trying to pay too much attention to the news because it'll just stress them out even more. And Aries people live in the moment. So they're just trying to take them one day at a time. To be honest, they might not have even stacked up on things. And if they did stack up on it, they probably didn't think it through very much. They got home, realized that they had gotten 10 gallons of milk and said, oh shit, that's not gonna last 4 weeks. Oops. Tries to go to the grocery store and get a refund on food, which you can't do. But for the most part though, like I said, they're trying to have a fun time. They're probably the life of the party during the situation, probably making people laugh during the situation. There's something about Aries when they're pissed. Even though like they mean it and you know that they're mad, it's just so funny to watch. They'll definitely bring some entertainment, but they also might stress you the fuck out too. It's gonna be one or the other. They're either gonna be very funny for you to watch or they're gonna literally stress you the fuck out because their energy is just sometimes. But I will say they'll be ready to fight anybody. So if the purge situation does happen, an Aries person is ready to go. So now on to Taurus. Honestly, Tauruses are probably very here for the quarantine. Not even gonna lie to you, their life is a quarantine anyway, so it's just, you know, nothing different. Business as usual. They're here to relax and chill, you know, they're here to just binge watch their favorite Netflix show, get a whole bunch of snacks in the pantry and just have a great old time. What they're most excited for though is that they get to do this and they don't gotta go to work because some people are getting paid leave, you know what I'm saying? And you know, they heard about the checks that are coming in the mail. They're just like, yes, bitch, I ain't gotta work. I can just sit here and chill and just have self-care time and I get paid to do it. Okay, yes. They're like, can we do quarantines more often? To them, this is just a much needed vacation. They're gonna make their house nice and comfortable. They're gonna be in their pajamas, just a real chill vibe. Honestly, I'm here for it. They're not gonna be on the news too often. They're literally going to, like I said, they're gonna watch probably Love is Blind. I'm calling y'all out. They're probably watching Love is Blind and eating some chips. They're really not here for the drama. They're not here for none of that. They're just having a peaceful vibe, okay? So even if they live with their parents, they're gonna be in their room. If they have their own house though, I would love to come because it's gonna be a chill ass vibe, something I need right now too. So now on to Gemini. Gemini's biggest fear, as we've talked about on this channel before, is being lonely. Like Geminis like to recharge and get their alone time when they get overwhelmed. But overall, they really do live off of other people's energy. Like other people being around them and stimulating them is what keeps them going. So the quarantine could be a very bad thing for Gemini, especially if they live alone. You know, they might be trying their best to try to go to somebody else's house during the quarantine. They need somebody to talk to and they're not going through this shit by themselves. They already thought of the purge and they said, hell no, I ain't gonna be by myself during this time. I'm going to somebody's house. And if for some reason they can't go to somebody's house, they're gonna definitely be on Skype. They're definitely gonna be on on all the online chat services, becoming friends with strangers during this time. Like, they're gonna find somebody. They need some comfort. But to be honest, Geminis will probably also freak everybody out because they're constantly coming up with conspiracy theories. They're the ones who even came up with the Purge conspiracy theory, telling everyone that this is gonna be like the Purge. Watch, people are gonna start trying to break in your house, having everyone freaked out, having everyone worried. And to them, it's just for mental stimulation. They're having a good time, you know? They're not really thinking about it actually happening. It's just, oh, what if this happens? So now on to Cancer. Cancer is definitely gonna be the comforting person in this situation. Basically, their home's open to anybody that they're close to. Like, come over, please. You know, if you don't have anywhere to go during the quarantine, if you're not stacked up, you're invited over. They're definitely not being selfish during this time, probably actually donating to a lot of people and also probably even giving money to some people during this time because they're very, very sensitive to these types of situations, especially when people don't have a place to sleep and they feel very bad for the older people that are in this situation too. They're just very compassionate about the whole thing. But they also are huge on family, as you guys know, so they're gonna try their best to get all their best friends, their closest family members all in one house together during the quarantine. They don't want people to be separated during this time. During crises, Cancers love to be surrounded by their family. If the end of the world was happening, they're not gonna be at their house by themselves. They're gonna be with their kids. If they have kids, they're gonna try to get their mom, you know, their dad, their grandmother, they're gonna try to squeeze everybody into a house. And if you're a Cancer, this might actually be what's happening right now. They'll also try to calm other people down who are freaked out or afraid during the situation and just try to be as comforting as they can. They're very nurturing and hospitable, so they make good hosts for things like this, but they're also probably very emotional, probably crying a lot about how cruel the world is, how cruel everything is. To be honest, you definitely want a Cancer in your quarantine. So now on to Leo. Leo is there to protect everyone in the quarantine with them. Ain't nobody gonna try nothing. They're not playing when it comes to the safety of the people that they care about. Also, Leos are naturally leaders, so, you know, they're gonna be the ones who might be just taking on themselves to go out, you know, to go get the groceries, to bring people together during the situation, inviting people over, and just kind of taking the burden and the responsibility of the whole situation on themselves so that other people aren't freaking out. Being like a beacon of hope, if that makes sense. If Troy from High School Musical were a Zodiac sign, I'd say he was a Leo. Like, the way that he's always like, get your head in the game, y'all, we got this, blah, blah. Like, that's definitely gonna be Leos in this situation. They're gonna make sure everyone makes it to the other side and feels supported, and they'll always be somebody that, you know, anybody can lean on. That's a good side about Leos, because, you know, they definitely make sure that everyone's taken care of. They don't play about their cubs. That's how they view their friends and their family, as their cubs. Like, come if you want to, bitch. Okay, these are my people. Now on to Virgo. You already know, Virgos are probably gonna be the ones that are wearing the damn mask, going around the house, disinfecting everything twice. But Virgos might really surprise a lot of people during this time too because of their leadership skills that'll naturally come out, because Virgos are service signs. And so they thrive on being of service and being of help. So if there's a situation like this happening, you know, they're gonna try their best to do what they can do, even if that is just cleaning things around the house or cooking or just helping turn the chaos into structure, coming up with a plan, coming up with, you know, an actual routine for people during the situation. Because during this time, everyone's schedules and their natural day-to-day lives are just like being thrown into like turmoil. Things aren't the same as they used to be, so Virgo's gonna come in here and try to give them a new like structure, basically, a new routine. Something they can go by for the time being until things go back to normal. They're gonna make sure that every box is checked during the quarantine. They're gonna make sure that everyone has enough supplies. They're gonna make sure the rations are good. Like, they're gonna make sure that everything is what it needs to be. They're just kind of the outside support, just making sure things are done the way they're supposed to be done, you know. Now on to Libra. Out of everybody, probably Libra hates this shit the most because Libras don't like their balance being disrupted. And when you have a literal national crisis happening and everyone's losing their shit, it's like, no, their scales are like, they don't know what the fuck's going on. They're probably feeling a lot of anxiety during this situation. But all the air signs, I would even say Gemini, which I forgot to include, they always are gonna be looking at the news because it's just how they are. You know, they intellectualize things. So they're definitely looking at the news, definitely seeing, you know, what's happening, definitely looking out for updates. But as Libras, you know, they always are about justice too. So they're definitely here for making sure that everybody is taken care of too during the situation. Like I just said about the senator, like I just told you guys to go call them. Basically, Libra people people are probably already naturally going to do that. They want to make sure that people are getting paid leave that needed. They want to make sure that people are getting, you know, places to sleep if they're homeless. Like, they need to make sure that everyone is not left behind, like people get the justice they deserve, and that everyone is being treated as human beings during this time. As batshit crazy as shit gets, you know, that's their number one passion, is making sure that people are okay. They might feel very angry, you know, at the way that some people are being treated during this situation, how college kids are getting kicked off campus essentially, and some international students have no way of getting home. Like, all those things piss them off and weigh heavily on Libras during this time. Like, they're not sleeping comfortably just because their family is sleeping comfortably. They're not sleeping comfortably if the world isn't sleeping comfortably, and it's not. So this whole situation is just a lot for them in general. They can't really do what they're used to doing. They're really not going to be good at making decisions, and they never have been, but especially during this time because of how, I guess, much weight, you know, basically goes into those decisions. They're not little tiny things, like they're very big ones, especially during a crazy situation like this. If anything, they'll probably just be as much of a mediator and as much of a neutral, kind of as balanced as they can be energy for everybody else during this time. They might take low-key a backseat in the situation. They're gonna try to be as positive about the situation as they can be and as hopeful as they can be, but like I said, it's just a lot of shit being basically dumped onto them, and they're just not functioning the way they want to be functioning. So now on to Scorpio. So Scorpio's already preparing for the worst. They're already preparing for the apocalypse. They're already preparing for the purge. They're already preparing for everything. And they're just like, come on, bitch, if you try it, I'm here, I'm ready. But also, as we know, Scorpios internalize everything. So this whole situation that's happening, everyone could be freaking out around them, and they'll just be sitting there like this. Everyone will be like, wait, what's going on with you? Like, why are you not freaking out? Or like, why are you not like giving me any emotions? And this might be a time that people might be looking for emotions more than ever. Because a lot of times when things like this happen, the way that other people react determines how somebody else might react. They pick up on the energy around them. But Scorpio people aren't going to be giving any to anybody. And that might concern and worry or make people even a little bit upset that Scorpio people are being so poised, essentially. Like, they're not showing any emotion during this time. But it's just because they don't, you know, they like hold their stuff in. But trust and believe, the Scorpio's probably crying about this shit too. You're just not gonna see it. They might be a little bit irritable during this whole time. So try your best not to take it personal, but for them, it's like you can only hold, you know, frustration and like anxiety in so long before it kind of just pops out. So it'll manifest itself in maybe more passive aggressive comments or like that. Like, you won't see emotions straight up, but you know, you might feel some of the tension in more little things that they do. So now on to Sagittarius. You know, Sagittarius is, if you think that this is the time where you can finally get a break from all the batshit crazy stuff that happens in your life, you're wrong, because it doesn't matter, okay? Craziness in Sagittarius person's life never retires. It never takes a day off. It never takes a break. You could be on quarantine. The entire country can get shut down, sweetie. The borders can get shut down. Schools can get closed down. Restaurants can get closed down. But batshit craziness in Sagittarius' life? No. They're not taking a break, boo. It follows you at all times because their luck is either very, very good luck or very, very bad luck. And in a time like this, nobody really wants to be gambling with the shit. Sagittarius are definitely going to be very annoyed at the fact that they have to stay in the house all day because, you know, they love to roam, they love to venture out, they love to explore and do things for themselves. Like, they don't like staying in a situation for too long. But with this quarantine, they might be forced to, and that's going to bring out a very bad side of them. They're going to be very cranky, very irritable. They're gonna get very annoyed by people and tired of their shit very quickly. And you know how we always say Sagittarius is so positive? Like, they are, but they can only do that for so long before it just like it comes out, because they have to let all of that shit off them because everyone's gonna be dumping all of it on them. They're definitely gonna start off being optimistic and positive, but when shit starts to go down, as more shit goes down, girl, you're gonna have that fiery Dragovich part of the Sagittarius come out. But honestly, it kind of just depends on how long the situation goes on. Like, in the beginning, like I said, they might be positive and they might be able to handle it, but it's like if it goes on for too long, then it's just gonna get to a point where they're just gonna be like, fuck it. Honestly, I could see a Sagittarius person just leaving the fucking house and like, fuck it, I don't even care. I don't even fucking care if I get the damn shit. I'm not staying in this house one more fucking day with y'all bitches. And it'll take everyone else by surprise. But like I said, they can only take it for so long. They can only be nice for so long. So now on to Capricorn. You already know Capricorn people, They do not stop working. They don't care if it's a quarantine. They're still thinking about ways to make money. Listen, they're thinking about what their next move is while they're on quarantine. It's a perfect time for them to like plan things even more. They're definitely making sure that their investments are secure, and they're probably also already looking at the stock market and when the best time to buy is. But they're also taking the situation very seriously. Don't get that wrong. As much as, you know, they're worried about their money and their business, they're still worried about their livelihood and their health and the people around them as well. So trust me when I say they've been prepared. They've already been stocked up. They were stocked up before the announcement was even made. Okay? When they saw what was happening with the other countries, they knew that it was coming here eventually. So they've stocked up then. They didn't wait till last minute. But like I said, a pandemic isn't gonna stop their bag, period. Period. They still gonna be hustling. Look, I saw this news article and I'm so sorry because y'all are definitely gonna think I'm dragging y'all, but I just thought of Capricorns. It was a guy, I think he bought like $17,000 worth of toilet paper and he was trying to resell it and like make a lot of money. And it's not good to do that during this time because people are like very vulnerable and that's kind of fucked up. But I'm sorry, Capricorns, but when I saw the article, I thought of y'all because that's some shit y'all would do. That's really some shit y'all would do. Y'all would be trying to be like, damn bitch, how can I make money? And now Capricorns have very big hearts. So I think during a situation like this one in particular, they might not be doing that, but like I can see them trying to make money in a more of a humane way. I could definitely see them starting a business where they're gonna sell toilet paper to people who can't get it at the stores. They're gonna be like, come to my house on Craigslist, on Facebook Marketplace. You can buy a bundle deal. But yeah, Capricorn people are just ready for this shit to be over so that they can see the stock market go back up and they can flourish and just get back to doing their normal grind. Like, you know, they're working from home, it's okay. They don't mind the little vacation for now, but eventually they're gonna wanna get back to hustling because if they aren't doing something, Capricorn people start to feel very unproductive and like failures if they're not up actually busting their ass. So it might be like a little bit of a shock to them to all of a sudden basically being able to relax and do nothing. They're not gonna like that. They're gonna make themselves busy and they're gonna be looking forward to hustling again. So now on to Aquarius. Aquarius is definitely looking forward to getting off school. All my Aquarius is watching. I know y'all are probably very happy. Y'all were like, yes, bitch, I gotta go to school. Definitely probably playing video games, watching movies, like I said, doing something, writing, reading books. Really just taking this time to just do your hobbies, pretty much. And you're also watching the news a lot. Because even though the stuff's scary, Aquarius people are very interested by these type of things. It's very stimulating. It's an air sign thing though in general. Like Geminis are the same way. Like they just really like to just think about shit. Like this type of stuff sparks inspiration for books and creative aspects. Aquarius people are trying to piece all this together and what it means and just observing, you know, the nature of people. And they might be a little bit more withdrawn from the situation too. Like while everyone else is freaking out, they might just be on the couch reading a book with their headphones in. But trust and believe, they know what's going on. They're aware. They just don't have to hear it from somebody else. They kind of just are doing things on their own, just already knowing what's going on, piecing it together in their own mind, coming up with a plan internally. They have their own plan that's separate from the plan of everybody else in the house. So now on to the last zodiac sign, Pisces. Pisces are extremely sensitive to energy. This isn't anything new. You guys have heard this a million times from me if you watch my videos. If you're new here, welcome. I'm gonna say it a million times more because it's just true. Pisces are very, very sensitive to the energy around them. I think a lot of what is happening is kind of eye-opening to Pisces, and they're really emotional about how people are showing their true colors. Like that might be something you hear Pisces say a lot, like, wow, people are really showing their ass. People are really showing how selfish they are, how much they don't give a fuck about people. And Pisces are very, very selfless and compassionate. So like during this time when people are just taking unnecessary amounts of toilet paper and, you know, people are getting left behind and left with nothing, that makes them very emotional. That really like pisses Pisces people off too. Just how fucking cruel people can be during a situation like this, because you'd be shocked at how much they could. They're not afraid to check somebody. They go to the grocery store and somebody's over here trying to take 10 freaking carts of toilet paper, a Pisces person is gonna be like, hey bitch, you don't need all that shit, okay? I know that you're full of shit, but you don't need all that toilet paper. Pisces are looking out for everyone in the best way they know how during this situation too. And just like Cancers are definitely somebody that you can come to and they will, you know, comfort you during the situation too. As upset as they will be by it, and it'll be visible. Everyone will know like that this situation is taking a toll on them because their energy is just very fragile. Like Pisces people really are what they surround themselves with. So my advice for anybody that's a Pisces that's gonna be quarantined, definitely find a place that makes you feel comfortable and happy. If you're in a situation that gives you anxiety and stresses you out normally on a day-to-day basis, it's gonna be a million times worse during this situation. to be stuck with somebody for that long. Like, you really need to make sure that you, if you can, because I know some people don't have control of their environment, try to find an environment that makes you feel safe. Because if you don't feel that, you're gonna be fucked. Your mental health is gonna be fucked during this situation. But also, to throw something in funny, because I said this video was supposed to be more funny and not all the way serious, Pisces are definitely gonna be the one, can we order pizza? And everyone's gonna be like, no bitch, the fuck? Like, where are we gonna order shit from? Everything's closed. They're gonna be like, we're gonna find somewhere. We're gonna do DoorDash, we're gonna do Uber Eats, okay? I want food that I don't have to cook. I want fast food, bitch. I don't want real food, I want fast food. All right, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to slap that like button, also subscribe and tap that bell to be notified every single time that I upload a new video. I upload astrology videos every single Thursday or on Friday or Saturday or Sunday or Monday or Tuesday and Wednesday if I flop. I'm just kidding. But honestly, I can just flop. You know, I've been flopping here and there. I've been flippity flopping, so whatever. Y'all can call me out on it. But, you know, I try to upload as often as I can. Let me just put it that way. But I usually try to upload on Thursdays or on Friday. During this time, I just want you guys all to know I'm definitely here for you. So my DMs are open on all my social medias if you just want to chat about what's going on, if you just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes, you know, you just need somebody during this time. And I know what it's like because I used to live, you know, by myself for like 2 years, 2.5 years, and it was very hard to just be isolated like that. I couldn't imagine doing that now in this situation. So if there are people out there that feel like they don't have anybody, just know that you do have me during this time and that I will be here for anybody who needs just somebody. Once again, if you haven't, make sure to call your senator. I put a script in the description in the pinned comment that you can use if you need help. I know right now it feels like we're powerless and there's nothing that we can do, but you know, we do have a voice and we can use it. So that's you doing that. I love you guys so much. This was definitely a fun video to do. I had a great time filming it, and I will see you guys super soon with a new one. Bye.